it was Flandre and Blippo. They had translations going, so they were able to like have a conversation with each other. I thought it was really unique. Speaking of, conversations, people speaking different languages, but
there itself. The biggest thing now, though, is the Dragon is not going to take priority because Kanavi has gone top, gets the flash, gets the knockback from 369, but Sheer is still Mbessa. The spear, is it going to be enough? One more hit. 369 is going to commit. 369 gets it. The turret ramp is not enough. In the main stage of Split 2. We do get that trade in the end. It's funny how it ends out.
So I don't really favor this play as much for FPX because they're
Are they
only
just
playing
forcing
2 lanes versus 3, but they have 3 grubs.
Oh, it's 4v2. Oh, bullet time on top, too. Public execution under turret, but the turret is starting to ramp. Look at this. The Impale coming through. 369. They're going to get the one trade back, and now Crisp is up here, too. Needs to be careful, though. Get back to the turret. Does not have here coming into the 12-minute mark where we have a lot of presence from Awesome in mid lane.
Yeah, no, I mean, that presence kind of getting over because Top Esports on the Dragon. Uh-oh, I see a
Oh, no. They don't have anything. He has no flash, no cleanse. He is down. Kanavi taking the pickings.
Got that. That's on me.
It has changed. It did change.
We'll be honest about that one. Yeah, we'll be honest about that one. But I think that once this Nashor Siege comes through for Cream, that's when the front line really is going to start to melt. We have a skirmish. Kanavi.
Oh, the hell. No, it's the spear. One pokey object is going to get them one way or another. And the next one that comes in is a staff from Mr. Cream himself. 5-1 early. Care going to try to pick out the mid laner Top East. But now he overextended himself. He's going to have to flash or spirit rush or maybe both to get away from this setup. He is between 2 towers and maybe between 2 deaths. Insta stun. Spirit rush doesn't matter. And you still fall to King Kanavi.
That built-in Hail Blades there with the empowered W, insta-proc the winner's bite, and things are just going to go from bad to worse here. We have seen this early on from Awesome, but I really like how Kanavi and Top are playing around this, and Kanavi continues to be the jungler that is on fire this split, and he's looking to continue to make plays. Crisp.
Yeah, he's going to be able to find this out. Dredge line might not save you this time around, Jway. He's just going to try to buy time, but it's not enough, and he gets taken down.
Kanavi's taken has just been fire this game.
Yeah.
There really is nothing else to say, whereas Shadow, I mean, the play he took top side was a 1-for-1. It's not what FPX wanted. It does force the flash, too, but then the retaliation of the back half of this fight. Oh, hold on.
Oh, Impale into the bullet time. Kanavi's about to go down. Has the shield back up. Jackula barriers nothing but still survive. Cream with a 3-man big Emperor's Divide. And you look, everyone from FPX is gone except for Care. And everyone from Top Esports is still alive.
Looks like the Phoenix is falling in game 1. Going to be about to get a revive in game 2. Oh, they actually got the charge. Really well done there by Top Esports. They're starting to style a little bit. You can see Shadow in the player cam is actually kind of having a chuckle. I think FPX, they realize that this game is pretty doomed. Yeah, they're going to yoink the inhibitor turret and just keep on trucking in this game as that fight, Kanavi Elk doing 16k damage in fights as Ezreal. Like,
I learned that elks were carnivores that night.
Maybe
and we all learned new things.
Yeah, I'm adding this clause because when I said Top Esports,
not only in the placements but also here in the main stage. And now Care in a 1v1 against 369 gonna dodge out of the shock blast. Oh, Cream, he's just gone. Grand Starfall in from Kanavi, but he's in a 1v3 and now TP's coming in. We're gonna get the rebuttal already though. Dway is gone. Now 369 hitting a big 3-man shock blast there. Top Esports, they bit off a little bit more than they could chew, but they still try to swallow it down.
Cream was flashless. I'm just got caught.
Oh, Shadow gets Jackie Love, and Jackie Love just steps in there and dies. Top Esports fumbling the bag a little bit here. Still almost 10.
I gotta say though, like there's a minute left on the setup from Top Esports, and for me, this is where Top Esports has been really solid as a team. It has been these objective setups. That is Azir turret coming down, going to guarantee both mid and bot prio and Chris. Oh, they're looking hard.
Oh, he dodges out of the Impale during this Grand Starfall, and Care gets hit by the shock blast. That's a big bullet time, but 369 is on your back line. He's swinging hammer, and he's swinging other things too. Cream trying to get the pick on Awesome. He's not going to get him. It's going to be the take from Crisp. The fadeaway Winter's Bite. I know you know something about that, Cubby. They're going straight for the throat and straight for the win.
Yeah, this was an A+ game to pick from, and Chris played it well along with the rest of the team. Kanavi MVP unquestionably in this one as Top Esports cruised to a pre-Baron spawn Game 1 victory.
Shortest game of the section so far of this split. It is a 23-minute and 20-something second win by Top Esports over FPX. And if that is not the definition of the expectation of this series, I don't know what is.
And take down the carries, then I think this pick can be good. But outside of those windows, you're going to be peppered by the Nidalee, Tristana, and Ezreal on this pick. So really tough for Shadow to go cross map and actually pick up some of those camps. So might just be relegated to taking that lower crab and seeing what he can find elsewhere as Jackie Love and Chris hit 3 early, and they're fighting aggressively.
They are. Jackie Love taking some heavy trades, but Dwayne gonna have to flash out. An auto attack from Jackie Love. The turret's gonna come through. The Foss Bomb gets one back, maybe 2. The flash is there. The auto, a double kill for Awesome.
I honestly really like the play from Jackie Love. Skirmish over the Raptors. Kanavi should keep the fights going here. Has the level advantage on the Nidalee, and this is where Nidalee really thrives. I think if Care is here to join the fight, they do have to be careful, but Jackie Love even rotating over will be spotted out by Jouet, and that's just going to be the cap given over to Kanavi as it does reset. Actually gets Shadow back in, but...
Is he going to smite it? Oh, they just go for the all-in onto Shadow. Shadow with the explosive charge and the kitty claws from Kanavi. Say that a couple more times because Top Esports are just forcing to try to contest over Shadow, who was potentially starting up the first dragon. This is a level 6 diff right now, and Shadow just taking the brunt of it and just goes down to Cream. Now Cream gets the reset here, doesn't have the explosive charge, but has massive damage onto Care.
And this everywhere here on the Rift, sadly.
I just feel like Kanavi is so out for blood right now. Just in the entirety. Oh god, Care's gonna die. He's hello friend. He gets the flash out. Oh, the fate sealed. Oh, the combo. Cream still kills him. Is gonna get the Lilty Lullaby in the end, and Shadow will clean up that kill. It is a nice little shutdown there. Meanwhile, 1v1 in top side. Unstoppable Onslaught's gonna be there, dodging out of the spear from Kanavi. And that's Crisp. Support killer. He has been running FPX himself on business, and he's just calm, cool, and collected like it doesn't even matter. Like these people don't have families, like they don't have friends, like nobody's gonna know about this, but they all know that Top Esports 3/4 of his health. Yeah, now Kanavi is in the grub fight.
Good angle for Top Esports.
Okay, Jouet just doesn't get to exist, I guess. That's so unfortunate. Jackie Love! Oh, Jackie Love goes down to Awesome. Fate sealed. He ended up over the wall there, I guess, on the other side of Kanavi. Kanavi's still in the pit. Care didn't finish him off. There's been some wonky stuff happening with walls recently here in the LPL. And Shadow is going to get bounced around, not going to get hit by the spear, but is going to eventually fall, trying to get Kanavi back, but doesn't do so. It will be 5-1
from Top Esports, but no, only 5-1 stuff.
Yeah. Well, they're finding a pick on the sheer, as they will end up getting a little bit of gold there. And Dragon has been, I believe,
elsewhere. Going to take a few plates off mid, just the pushing potential. Less with the last grubs here for FPX. And yeah, Cream going to take care of business here. See, looks like he's going to get this pre-14. That's a nice gold injection, taking the plate and the first turret. And will secure feats for Top Esports.
Yeah, that's just a lot of gold. That's a lot of gold. Well, since this game's a little bit one-sided, I will ask then, what's Alistar's favorite thing to grill? You know this guy grills. Do you think he knows that burgers are made out of him? He's going to try to be a little proactive here. And Top Esports is going to be coming around the bend, though. Maybe looking for a pincer with Cream coming down from the top side. TP's going to be there, as well as now maybe getting pincered themselves around. They got the TP up. 369 has a massive angle. The Rift Herald is going to go down. Okay, it goes to Kanavi of all people. Shadow's going to have to sing his sweet lullaby from the grave as Jackie Love puts him in that ground. Kanavi's going to finally go down to Care, and they are picks across the table. When I came into this day talking to you, I said that FPX sometimes looks like chickens with their heads cut off, and I think that we got the representation right there.
Yeah, I mean, they're really forcing hard for that Rift Herald. It enabled Top Esports to find a setup, and that setup, this is for me, what really won Top Esports that split one. This setup was nice. Again, Ornn can sometimes make things so easy for you as a team, and that Ornhorn, 369 able to find, shut down Shadow. Kanavi, the only one that falls. He was down flash beforehand. A lot was burned to even make sure that he fell. And Top Esports just had all the space in the world to make sure their carries are able to do some work.
Next best griller on this map. I low-key think it's Ezreal. I think Ezreal got a good grill game.
Now, I feel like Choo Choo Ornn, like if you had a grilling animation in there, that's pretty close. He's got a furnace in the train. He's cooking. Of course, if you get that res, that withdraw available, you have a big power play up for 2.5 minutes, but the Rose is giving the XP and increasing the power of the Drakes that you've already secured. A little bit more impactful throughout the game.
He's got a 5-level lead.
Oh my god.
My god!
That was through Aftershock.
Oh, Christ, man. This has been, I've casted a lot of games in the LPL, Cubby. I've been, this at the end of this year will be my 5th year covering the LPL holistically. And this might be one of the beatdowns of all time that I've ever watched.
Top Esports really pissed off after first day. That's all.
Right? Bring up the meme again, Kelsey. We don't need to see the gameplay. Let's just talk about the meme. And this is, again, we said it from the very beginning of the day. This is the performance we needed and wanted to see from Top Esports because they showed dominance in that split one. And falling short in internationals doesn't take that away from them. But BLG is looking like a returned beast here. And we have to see what they can do to end up in that top 4 placement to make it automatically into the playoffs for Top Esports. But here comes an attempt from FPX. Sheer, you're too young to drive, buddy. Get out of that car. Top Esports now. Get the rebuttal. Get the double knock-up. Lilting Lullaby will be sweet nothings for FPX as they will lose their tier 2 tower and topside. Care is just going to try to get an all-in. Okay. He's going to not even get a single one. And Sheer and Shadow have to watch as their base crumbles.
I respect seeing the Care have the Dion Waiter / the Shy mentality of if you didn't keep on dying, then you lost the mentality to keep on playing the game. But that ult from Sheer might have been a little bit unwarranted. That again, FPX, I will say, a few less knock-up. Taking full advantage of the space creation of the Ornn. Also starting to see...
Care is like the only one that's an adult in any of these conversations for FPX. He's the only one that like has anything to say. Dway is going to go down to Kanavi. Awesome is also going to go down to Kanavi. That's a double kill. Maybe look up for more. Just go ahead and see how many you can rack up. Unfortunately, Sheer's pretty tanky and Nidalee not known to be able to take down tanks, but maybe going to try to do so anyways. Enough cat scratches onto a post will end up taking it down. Not going to find any more cat scratches there in Shadows. Just playing mind games with Top Esports.
Sion, you lost space to go. And
Sheer they're laughing. They're just having a good time.
Yeah, look at that smile.
Sheer and Kanavi and 369. Legends of JDG fandom.
Okay, Care.
Oh, okay. Nice flash from Cream's going to get him out of there.
Care is the try-hard in solo queue, you know?
I told you. Oh, my God.
Awesome.
Oh, Lilting Lullaby coming out there. I don't think he's going to be able to get away.
Hey, plus 923.
3 picks that they had to start it off.
Cream utilizing that standard range from Tristana to get some bonus range with the passive. You know, I feel like canonically, Lumberjack Sion has to grill the wood. Like, how else is he going to use all the wood that he cuts?
True. That's
so
the canon lore that we
Sion
needed.
skin, I would like that.
I need him to just be like covered in sausages. Like he's just a butcher or something. And speaking of being butchered, I think FPX are about to learn the hard way that Top Esports is here for one thing and one thing only, and that is dominance in Split 2 to make up for the transgressions at first stand and to try to continue their streak in the LPL 2025. They were champions in Split 1 for a reason, and they will absolutely down smash onto FPX and take a 2-0 sweep.
Yeah, it was only Sheer with the chicken jockey kill at the end with Sion passive that got him anything in that way.
Yeah, Poppy to be able to get that tanky. Still, though, I do worry a little bit because of this damage profile.
Yeah, I mean, definitely right on the one hand that
It's too
it
late
is.
game. Right now, they're already going to start with a little bit of poke going on. Both junglers going to run into each other. Shy and Flandre already doing a lot of damage to each other as well. We've got a fight on multiple fronts here.
Tarzan ramped up on the Conqueror stacks, and because Shanks is a range champion level 1, just using that priority to try and force JJ off of these Raptors here. One more Q, the smite goes over to Tarzan, but is not level 2 yet, but Flandre was putting the beat down on the Shy as Tarzan forces the flash out of JJ.
Rookie spend that gold, it's going to be a lot easier to play out. But Rookie getting that early kill, exactly what you want on a Yone. This is the issue.
The Shy took electrocute in this matchup. Oh, just one more range auto attack. There it is, and just escapes the...
Getting as many of these grubs as possible early on is going to leave these towers incredibly vulnerable to just getting chunked down immediately. Mako takes big damage, isn't going to die here, but still going to have to go back to base. Oh,
the Chain of Corruption is dinged by level 6. Here comes Tarzan trying to anticipate the flash by Mako. Just goes in with a Q flash of his own. Lilting Lullaby gives a dosage of NyQuil to both Gala and Mako. Been a scrappy one between Anyone's Legend and IG. And while we had some criticisms about the draft choices, hang on. More action in the mid lane. Flandre could be in trouble. Public Execution doesn't give him the range that he really wanted to use to escape. But meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, KL... Verdict from KL, but wait a minute, Rookie's able to snap back with the solo unbound, but that might have been ill-timed because Shanks now has an opportunity to hop, skip, jump, and Kuma stomp all over Rookie.
Oh,
but
no!
He pushed him away!
Shanks, no!
He pushed him away! Hope is able to pick it up and give him a reset, but it's not enough for Shanks to escape. The rest of IG being able to collapse his wallet.
Yeah, actually dealing a decent amount of damage back as well, dissuading any extra plays from going down, but still, there's going to be a lot of pressure right here onto the turret. And actually, KL goes flying in. He might just get the solo here. What?
KL is on a mission to get as many kills for his squad as possible. And if he's going to be the sole benefactor of them, so be it. That is another one on the board for AL, and the tier 1 turret going over their way.
What did we say? You won't have as much gold on this Poppy as you would in a lane, so you're not going to be such a tank. It's not going to be such an issue that there's no AP damage available for IG. Well, if you get
KL and Tarzan, who have now IG's core pinned under this tier 1 turret on the bottom side of the map. Mako forced to pop the ultimate just to get the damage reduction to ignore all the damage that was coming from Shanks, but the rest of Anyone's Legend still pushing forward. Public Execution right onto the board. Rider Mako falls. That's ground beef on the menu, boys. It's gonna be pork on the menu too. The Shy falls as well.
And this has just been a complete swing of the game right here for AL. They were in a good spot before. Now they've been able to crack open this gold lead up by about 3,000, picking up a Drake as well. Everything coming up AL at the moment. And it's off the back of some just lovely proactive plays out of KL and Hope using their ulti. Picture in picture. Flandre.
Good keeper's verted by KL. Punted Mako, it looks like. And Flandre's able to escape thanks to his support, and KO's out of there with his own flash. Tarzan now in the middle of multiple members. He doesn't have a flash available. Oh, he used it towards the south side. Hope has to keep him alive, but Shanks is able to find the reset first on the swordsman, and now it's just a disaster. You called it, Bloxer. IG thought that they might have sprung a trap, but it's Anyone's Legend that pull out the count. You know, watch his favorite team, his favorite player, the Shy, try and pull out a miracle win, and just see him do disastrous things and just crash out and throw his chair aside. This might be another moment. I don't know if Casual's watching, but I hope, as you called it, Otacon now spawned on the map. KL might have found himself a couple IG members for an easy picking. Anyone's Legend is easily going to just trot on over. They're not even engaging at this point. They're just walking up and getting free kills.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I don't expect you to start the Atakan immediately, if you just catch the opposition jungler out wandering around in a place he has no business to be, then that's going to make it pretty easy to pick up. This is going to be a nice extra secure right here for AL. Just a little bit more.
The Shy is up, baby. That's the Shy experience right there. The team might be losing, but at least the Shy is up in gold. We're going to see if he can actually make that feel impactful, since he did go for the higher damage build with a lot of more lethality items in his pockets. IG have leeched the dragon. Anyone's Legend trying to take a posture around the other side of the pit. But now they're just going to brute force their way into the river. The Shy pokes for an accelerated shock blast, and if that's all the damage, then I don't feel hopeful about IG's chances. Rookie goes for the engage. 1,500. Jetja is able to secure the dragon, but at what cost? Public execution sets up another one to fall, and the rest of IG are just like dominoes as Shanks comes in and doesn't just tip them over. No, he blasts them down with a firing gunshot, and Gala is going to try to see if he can play a little sneaky game, but he sees a window. He's going to run for the hills, and thankfully for him, that Swirling Seed does not tag him for the slow.
Gonna be the only surviving member, but there was already a mid-wave pushing through for AL right here. They're also gonna be able to jump Gala. I think he's gonna get sandwiched right here. Hope potentially looking to go.
Hope is flanking him!
Yep, there it is.
Okay. You know what? He was trying to predict a shift there with that arrow.
Hey.
I know what you were looking for, Hope. You know, you're looking for a little style points. So yeah, yep. It's all good. You guys are still 8,000 gold, but you know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures. Rookie is teleported in. He's going to look for a free picking on Navarus, maybe, but a flash of the blast cone. Does he get enough damage? Yes, he does. There's the soul unbound pop. Shanks now having to deal with the 1v2 on the Shaw and JJ. He stuns him up with the permafrost, but now the Shaw is forced to run away, and he gets a flash, and he's able to escape. But now it's the Boar Rider who is left to die for anyone's...
Do allow this game to stall out long enough for IG to be able to get those item breakpoints. That is a real risk. They are in such control of this game that they should not allow for this to happen. You can see right here, they're just stepping up, taking space. The tier 2 tower does fall. Mako gonna go down as well, surely with the burn. Ooh, maybe just lives. Okay. It's not
thankfully, he's got a pretty powerful ultimate.
Wait, they get a kill.
Wait, KL died.
Hang on.
IG. And once again, we arrived to the same concerns we had for Anyone's Legends composition when this was first drafted, is that you don't have a real front line. Most of these champions are carries. Some of them are going to be, you know, healthier than others in terms of, you know, HP pool and durability. This Ambessa is going to probably get a death stance at some point. There's a Zhonya's on Tarzan. But if this Yone finds both Shanks and Hope, get a guaranteed numbers advantage off the pick, and then secure the objective. But they're ripping it right now, and the rest of IG, they know. But KL with the perfect Keeper's Verdict is able to punt away JJ, and that's the Baron gone. KL completely chunked out of the fight.
Sandra steps a little bit too far forwards, managed to get spotted out. Otherwise, he could well have found that public execution. Now it's just going to be the pressure right here onto the towers. RIG going to try go in. Yes, they are.
Glacial Prison right onto the front. KL, Keeper's Verdict stuns the ball up, and Tarzan with the Q flash forward. That's a mega lilting lullaby if I've ever seen one, and the rest of Anyone's Legend is ready to jump in on the slumber party. And the rest of them are going to just take the tier 2 tower. Rest of IG now down to Rookie and Gala. But I don't know if they're going to be strong enough to hold this defense against Anyone's Legend. There's a lot of chunked health bars. Gala and Rookie would have to perform a miracle. They're still a fate sealed.
Yeah.
All eyes on Rookie to find a miracle engage, to set himself up, to set up Gala. Mako is back.
You gotta go. You can't just wait.
Gotta go for it. Q flash. There's the fate seal, but they flash it. The Q3 only finds one, and Gala throws out one last true shot barrage for the game, as he's not gonna get a chance to play Ezreal again this series. Game
set up for that bullet time, and also I think works a lot better alongside the Vi. Those two can really work well in tandem to be able to pull targets within range, get them bursted down, stop you from having to.
There's not many champions on IG's side that takes or makes use of a lot of these grubs. Like I guess, you know, Cho'Gath can split push, but like, you know, it's not a Jace, it's not a Jax, it's not someone that's building
Scion.
Yeah,
it's not a Scion very specifically, right? Giving over a ton. Very bad. Hang on, they might be going for a dive right here, RAO.
Killer Instinct already used. Mako is getting dove by the whole squad. But good use of the knockup by the Shy. Unfortunately, just not good enough. And now that Shanks has arrived to the party, they're letting the turret reset so they can start tanking up the turret aggro. Shanks drops it. Hope has got to drop it soon. And it's just clean from Anyone's
backside of the map. Whilst that dive was happening bot lane, you can see all of the turret plates still available.
TP
coming
from
in.
Flandra. Gala might be exposed here. Killer's Instinct early from Hope. Puts the pressure down. And now it comes down to, Gala, when are we going to use Flash? I guess. Maybe it was just too late at that point. Second rotation. Only one item spike has been achieved for IG. It is the Rod of Ages. And to their credit, they were the first ones in the river. They secure 4 total for themselves, but here comes the Weaver's Wall. Does anyone get caught up in it?
Hang on.
Shanks is in the
no.
front line. Oh, God. Turn off the camera. We had a little too much fun with Anyone's Legend. Mikhail is flashing forward, trying to make the engage happen. Hope has to dive forward into a bullet time, but he flashes to the left, able to dodge the damage. Gala getting his rocked all the way forward, but Hope, can he put on a 1v2 performance? I don't think it's gonna happen, and yes, he gets silenced and shut down. IG making a big punish.
And they're going to be able to pick themselves up. There was already damage coming in. A couple of big auto attacks that would have landed anyway at the point at which he flashes. He needs to recognize instantaneously, uh-oh, I've messed up. Let's reposition. And instead, because he doesn't do that, he ends up baiting good amount of push that Shanks has just been able to get for himself top lane. But you've got more members down in the bottom side with all of those grubs as well. The tower is just going to fall way quicker. IG going to be able to pick themselves up that first brick. And Shanks, he'll be able to grab this one just about, mate. Need to run a little bit here. The Shy not going to hit the knock up, and all good for Shanks. And so after
the pit, so they know that the Rift Herald has started up, but Tarzan is nowhere near. He is now just running over, but I think this is just the Rift Herald completely gone to IG, because you have Cho'Gath, who can feast on the objective and guarantee it for you.
This is why I was a little bit confused as to why Tarzan had headed down. Now they're going to look for the re-engage, though. They're going on to the Shy.
I mean, IG is kind of split at the moment. The Shy, oh no, the blast code is so bad for him. He's now in a world of hurt, but he's super tanky. Jet tries to bail him out. KL, the bullet time! Wall. It's such a great angle from Gala. Now Anyone's Legend, they're on the back foot. They got to stand in front of Flandra or hope that he can soak all the damage coming through. That charge already used. Got a decent amount of work done on the Shanks in the back line. Dragon, you secured your rite of passage into this jungle quadrant. No one from IG should be able to contest, and that at least guarantees soul point for Anyone's Legend.
That is going to be the very important...
No, but my body wants to kill this Nautilus. We're going to see if he'll get a chance to do it topside now that Mako has no flash. And you know what? Hope immediately sees the angle. Killer Instinct right onto the top. But the bullet time is forcing them out of the choke. KL cannot escape the death cone. Flandra teleports in. So does the Shy. And just like that.
It's just these dragons that feel like they are keeping them in this game.
Shy almost has 4k HP. Flandra has yet to reach 3,000 HP.
He's a big boy.
He might not be big enough, though. They put all the damage onto him. Jet taking up the last turret shot. It's enough to take him out. And now the shot's from the rest of IG's front line. Oh, boy. Maybe not the best engage onto Anyone's Legends Tower there. And now 4v3.
Correction. The Drakes and IG's mistakes are the things keeping AL in this game right there, because that was way too aggressive from IG. They did not have the opportunity to step up in that way. It's actually opened AL up to potentially step right here towards this Atacon. If they're able to grab this one, it'd be a great swing
back. Rest of Anyone's Legend now trying to force the backline out of the Dragon's Pit. Rookie losing his flash in the exchange. However, Flandra was not able to escape the claws of IG on the other side. Anyone's Legend trying to burn down this dragon as fast as possible. Still 3,000 HP left to go. KO throws his life, buys some time. It is secured. It's Mountain Soul, but now they're down a lot of numbers here on Anyone's Legend. If they can preserve as many members as possible, they will not pay the consequences, but the rest of IG do not want to let any stragglers go. They want to punish as hard as possible. The death charge looking for Shanks. Tarzan already falling, and the bullet time is going to get a lot of damage into Hope's back. Shanks could be next, but he's got that Seraph shield.
And he needs to for his team. AL, they haven't been able to really set up any deep vision once again around this fight. IG not going to be the same for them. Here they go.
They go with a soft engage onto Tarzan. Now looking at Kale, Hope jumps into the Baron Pit with a Killer Instinct, trying to burst out Jet, eliminating at least one of the smites away from IG, and maybe this was just not a good fight. The flash from Tarzan to secure the win becomes lightning over the wall. Bullet time from Gala. Maybe it turns the fight, but it's just not enough damage to deal with the enormous front line that Anyone's Legend is packing, and here comes Flandra with the flash onto the Misfortune. The seismic shove from Shanks finds the Guns Woman, and Anyone's Legend aces IG across the rift. No contest whatsoever. Anyone's Legend is taking this game in the bag.
Clean ace right here for AL. They do not want to go to a game number 3. They want this to be a clean 2-0 straight onto the Baron.
Anyone's Legend have been able to rally at the moment needed most. And now the Elder Dragon has spawned. Hang on, wait a minute. There's still a chance for IG. If they get a numbers advantage guaranteed right here, the Elder Dragon is going to be really scary for Anyone's Legend now. 4v5, they have to push the gas, and the rest of Anyone's Legend, they have to make sure that they do not suffer any more casualties unnecessarily. The Shy taking up a bit of damage in the river here. Rupture finds Hope onto the backline, still has a flash. He's totally okay. Rookie ready to set up the death lasers from Fog. Looks for one in a Tarzan, decent chunk. Bullet time, snaps it back. I don't know how that happened, but Tarzan is eating a lot of damage for breakfast. The Crescent Guard finally ends, and now the jungler's gone home. Tries to send it. He looks for a couple kills. Can he find one more in a Jinja? Hope is cooking. Hope is firing. Hope is saving the game for Anyone's Legend. And now it's up to Shanks against two people, but Jinja, still a jungler, still has Smite. Shanks, I don't know if he could pull a rabbit out of the hat on this one. It would be a miracle if he could deflect this. But KL has respawned on the Rift. Maybe this could be Anyone's Legend saving the game. Shanks just has to get enough damage to threaten JJ, but it's already 3,000 HP. KL's getting in range. Set up the combo, the crash down, the seismic shove right into the heart of Rel. But the Elder Dragon is secure, but it's only on the JJ. Can he find enough damage?
Can they get him?
I don't think he can! KL and Shanks will save the game for Anyone's Legend.
Oh, it's Kale and Shanks that save it in the end. Start it up at the moment. They also need to be careful to not have it stolen away. The Shy does have his ultimate up and available. Oh, there they go.
Where'd they come from? JJ immediately forced to run away with the flash. Anyone's Legend, they can take it slow unless they get a free pick on the Shy. Already isolated. Flandre ready to give his life. Bullet time. Tries to rip through them in the choke point, but the Shy still falls. He's become a fossil. And it could be that IG just do not have enough of a front line to stall for the rest of Anyone's Legend's reinforcements. The Weaver's Wall is going to leave little ground for IG to run through. Mako's the next one to fall. There's an Elder Dragon spawning in 30 seconds, but IG cannot wait to let that objective stall because Anyone's Legend is going to take this opportunity to burn the Baron now.
Yeah, you've got to go pick this up incredibly quickly, otherwise you're going to be giving over an Elder Drake to IG, something they cannot afford to do right now. They're going to be able to take this one down more than quickly. They haven't even been able to crack a tower for it. They're just going to go straight for this objective. Miko, hello!
Flash forward. He's looking for someone else on the front line, but Shanks was not followed up by the rest of IG. Jed just sends it on the KL. A GA is popped. Flandre's taking up as much as he can, and he's doing a hell of a job. The bullet time achieves nothing. Literally nothing. Just a few scratches in the dead of Anyone's Legend's armor. The Weaver's Wall cuts off IG where they stand, and that's it. IG trying to hold the line as best as they can, but when you have shining hope in the name of the bot lane for Anyone's Legend, then anything is possible!
Everybody right there from AL steps up. It was a terrible early to mid game for them, but they stall this game out long enough. The Drakes are in their favor, and it takes them late enough into this game that the composition comes online, and it takes some miracle plays from multiple members. It takes winning a